Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, so now I would like to tell you about the material crash course of linguistics. But before I start it, I would like to introduce myself first. So my complete name is Mita Antari, number 1. So next, I would like to continue about the material. Speech sounds don't include croaking, sneezing, or belching. They are the sounds that spoken language combine with each other to make words, while there are a finite number of speech sounds. We can use them to make an infinitive number of words. To understand speech sounds, we can first need to understand how the human body produces them. We start with the lungs, which push air up through the vocal folds, also known as the vocal cords. Your vocal folds are thin membranes that sit across your throat and vibrate to make sound dissipate with moves from lungs to lips. It's known as the vocal tract. We can change the shape of any part of the vocal tract to make or articulate different sounds. It is like a wind instrument when air goes through it. Now, we can make the different manners of articulation into rows. Great discard is such an improvement. We know it's based on the modes, but it is a lot easier to read because it is hard to make a chart in 3 dimensions. We will represent voicing by placing the symbol in pairs inside the box, where the first symbol is always voiceless, and when there is only one symbol by itself, it is always voiced. We could keep going by paying attention to what the mouth is doing as we pronounce different sounds in English and other languages until we have a comparative table of possible speech sounds. So for the example, there are a ton of other manners of articulation. We can add approximates like trees like R in sparrow, and taps or flaps like the T in butter. There are also lateral recitatives like the Welsh pronunciation of name, the Welin. There are more sounds we haven't gotten to, especially in other places of the vocal tract which get concentrated in various manners. So for the example, it turns out this table we have been building is a chart of the International Phonetic Alphabet, also known as the IPA. The IPA is a finite set of symbols used by linguistics to represent all of the sounds that are relevant for spoken language. The IPA chart is a bit like the periodic table in that its structure tells us a lot of the properties of its sounds. This means that even if you don't know a symbol immediately, you can figure out what it sounds like based on its raw and calm. Or you can look up a clickable IPA chart where you can click on its symbol and hear it pronounced. There are also the categories of other consonants that don't fit in the consonant table the way it is commonly structured. The first are sounds where the articulation touches into place, called corticulate consonant. So for the example, W not only involves the lips coming together, but also a constriction at the velum towards the back of your mouth. The second are consonants that aren't made with air flowing out of the mouth or pulmonic airflow. So they are known as non-pulmonic consonants. This category includes sounds where the air is sucked into the vocal tract. or implosive consonant and sounds, where the glottis is sealed up and air is forced out of the upper part of the vocal tract, known as adjectives. The final group of non-pulmonic consonants are clicks. Some languages like Zulu and Xhosa and the Khoisan language include click sounds in the standard set of consonants used to make words. So that's all about the material crash course linguistics. Thank you so much.